I am Stevie.
The Conjuring Universe has given us cursed dolls, creepy nuns, and enough jump scares to make you sleep with the lights on. But which films actually deliver the goods, and which ones are just horror homework? Today, I'm ranking every Conjuring film from worst to best, breaking down what works, what doesn't, and which ones truly earned their place in horror history. Let's dive in. In 10th place, The Curse of La Llorona. Barely memorable, even on rewatch. It's only connected loosely to the Conjuring universe, and at best it feels generic. Nothing here really sticks, and it's hard to justify a place in this series. La Llorona didn't just curse us with fear, she cursed us with boredom. Speaking of forgettable, let's move on to another entry that struggled to leave a mark. Annabelle's first outing. The story about a grown-up Janice returning and reigniting Annabelle is interesting, but the film lacks the franchise signature atmosphere. Still, it has some solid scares. The girl running through the door and morphing into a woman is a standout, but that's probably about it. Annabelle may be the star, but she feels like a knockoff without the Warrens around. Annabelle may have stumbled, but at least she wasn't alone. Valak was waiting in the wings for her solo debut. Despite being a box office hit, The Nun fell short of the hype. Valak was terrifying in cameos, but carrying a whole film didn't land the same way. That said, the casting was strong, the humour surprisingly works, and there are still some chilling moments backed by a great score. On rewatch, I personally enjoyed it, but it's not top tier Conjuring. Valak's solo debut proves that some demons are scarier in the shadows. Now, from a disappointing debut to what should have been a grand finale, The Warrens' last case. This one for me felt like a bit of a retread. The pacing drags, nearly 90 minutes before the Warrens meet the Smurl family. The family focus is there, but it doesn't have the magic of the first Conjuring. It's not a bad movie at all, but compared to the bar that was set by earlier films, it just doesn't reach the same heights. The Warrens' final case should have gone out with a bang, but this one barely managed a flicker. But before we close the book on the Warrens, Annabelle decided to crash the party one more time. Personally, I have a soft spot for this one. It's basically a full-blown haunted house thrill ride, and it delivers on the scares. Seeing Judy Warren's gifts come to light, it's a nice touch that ties in the larger universe. Overall, it's fun, chaotic, and exactly what a haunted house movie should be. Annabelle threw a party in the Warrens' house, and every ghost showed up. Alright, let's jump into something a little different. The only Conjuring case that hit the courtroom. A different spin this time. Courtroom drama mixed with witchcraft. The fact that the villain is a human witch conjuring dark magic was a bold move. Sure, some of the supernatural stuff felt a little over the top, but on rewatch it's better than I remembered. The only case where the devil made me do it actually works in court. Well, almost. From witches and trials of grief and tragedy, Annabelle's origin story hits a lot harder than expected. For me, an underrated gem. The Mullins' grief adds to the emotional weight, and having Janice as the targeted girl makes it hit even harder. The characters are well developed, and the story about merging their daughter's soul into the Annabelle doll is both tragic and chilling. It also sets up the first Annabelle film really well. Grief, orphans, and cursed dolls. What could possibly go wrong? Creation may have surprised us all, but the next one is where I'm about to get controversial. I know not everyone's putting this film at number 3, but honestly, I really like it. It learned from the mistakes of the first Nun movie and gave us plenty more Valak. The setting works, and the story's stronger, and Irene continues to shine. Plus, that magazine jump scare is one of the best in the entire franchise. Valak finally graduated from cameos to chaos, and it worked. Now, while the Nun 2 impressed me more than most, nothing can quite match the Warrens at their best. This could have easily been top spot. It's every bit as good as the first film, and that's the highest praise I can give it. The family dynamic is back, the scares are plentiful, and the atmosphere incredibly unsettling. The twist, Valak pulling the strings once again. It works beautifully. And then you have the softer moments, like Ed playing Elvis on the guitar, a surprisingly warm break in all the tension. When your demon is terrifying, but the Warrens still find time for a love ballad, you know you've hit horror movie gold. Which brings us to number 1, the film that started it all and still reigns supreme. The OG of the franchise. It perfectly blends a family drama with truly disturbing possession horror. Sure, we've all seen possession films before, but this one felt fresh and original. Honestly, The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2 are neck and neck, but this one edges it because it's the one that started it all. The Perron family didn't just summon a demon, they summoned an entire cinematic universe. And there it is, my full ranking of The Conjuring Universe. Some absolute horror classics, some questionable spin-offs, and at least one film that probably shouldn't even count. But hey, that's the fun of the franchise. So now it's your turn. Do you agree with my list, or did I commit cinematic blasphemy? Drop your rankings in the comments below and let's debate. And once again, thank you for tuning into the channel.
We did it, people.